starts like that.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, for sure.
And that's how you start the car. It's not on the right side.
Everything's right here.
Oh, okay.
So you put the key in.
I would have gotten inside and I've been like, right.
I'll show you. You put the key in.
Yeah.
Like this.
Mm-hmm.
Put on the brake.
Yeah.
Hold the start button. Everything fires right up.
Okay, shit.
Just like that.
All right, so if I have issues, then
And then to turn it off,
yeah.
push the start button and push the key.
No brake.
Nope, you don't need the brake. It's already in park.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then to use the gear shifter, do you remember?
No, you can go over it again.
You just pull towards you. For drive, it'll be down, and it tells you right here. Do you see the drive, neutral, reverse? For reverse, you pull towards you and up, and then park, you just push in.
Okay.
And it will tell you right here. There's lights that say park, neutral, reverse, drive.
Nice.
All right.
And then this little P, that's like an additional.
That's your parking brake. The transmissions on these cars are strong. I don't suggest using the parking brake. You can if you want. It's very thin plastic gears inside that hold it tight. So if one of those gears break, it's such a pain.
Okay, got it.
I never use it.
Okay.
The horn is on the two stalks here.
Got it.
That's when the car's running, it will turn on. Other than that, we went over the radio controls, and it's very simple BMW iDrive, and those three switches that we talked about are right here. So boot, lift, and parking.
Is it up right now?
No, it's on the normal height right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
okay,
normal height. Because we're on an angle, it may look a little weird because it auto adjusts itself as best that it can. So obviously we're at a steep angle. It can't lift this side crazy high and dump this side to that amount. It will do things like that though as you drive around.
Got it.
So that's literally it.
Okay.
So, need anything else?
Yeah.
Please don't hesitate. Give me a call.
I probably will.
Yeah, anytime. So, my phone's on all the time.
Okay, cool.
All right, congrats.
Yeah, great, thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
All right, have a nice day.
Enjoy the car.
Thanks.
All right, Zach, let's get your reaction. How it feel to be inside that Rolls?
Shoot, I mean, oh boy. Comfortable. Sure. It's bigger than I thought. It's kind of like an SUV, so, I mean, I don't know. I think the reality is really going to set in probably after, like, I start driving it around more. Yeah.
What's going inside of your head right now? The price tag, the car, the future?
No, just little small details that I didn't notice the first time, but it's okay. I'll probably get past that. It's still a good deal. It's still a good car. So, yeah, I mean, I just look forward to really just learning how to drive it. Like, I would have never guessed, like, this is how you start the car by, like, pushing it in and then charging it. So
let's get a close-up of that. How do you actually start it up?
So it looks like, I guess you put it in right here, and then you have to hit the brake and hit the start button. So it's kind of interesting because I have a Shelby GT 500, and that thing is clutch. So when you start the car, you always hit the brakes, but this one is manual. It's not clutch. So so it's kind of funny that you have to hit the brake. I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Many people name their cars. Do you have a name for this car yet?
That's kind of funny. I was actually thinking, I had a cousin who just passed away, and he's the one who got me in the right direction for real estate investing. He's the one who suggested the book, How to Get Started in Day Trading by Larry Goines. And he kind of passed away maybe 2 years ago. And I was thinking to myself, most people name their car after a woman, but I think I'd have to name it after him and probably call it the Anthony.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
So what's the next goal? Now that you have the car, you have the location, what's the next step for Zach?
The house flipping TV show. It's the next step.
And where can people tap in with that? How can they get information or investing with you? What can they do?
It's really Instagram and TikTok at ZachRoss_RE for real estate.
So Zach, we often notice you on TMZ. So how often are you on TMZ? Where can they see that?
Pretty much like once a month I'm on TMZ. Usually after I'm on TMZ, I'll post it on Instagram or TikTok. So that'll be like pretty much the latest one. Yeah.
So are you looking for investors, or are you looking for more of the audience to tap in with your future show?
Kind of both, because the audience actually end up becoming the investors. Like, for example, Avocator just reached out to me, and he took Ty's course and he learned about me from there. and he reached out to me because he's able to get a VA loan, and he wants to partner up on a property. So he's kind of the audience and an investor at the same time. So pretty much like my audience kind of become partners slash investors. Yeah.
You know, a car comes with like a power suit. You have a vision already with a power suit with this?
You know, I was thinking about that too. I'm not too sure. Well, I go to church about twice a week. So when I do go to church, I wear a suit. So, you know, it fluctuates depending on the mood. Sometimes red tie, sometimes blue tie, sometimes it's yellow. But I don't have a yellow tie actually, so I want to get a yellow tie.
Cool. Now that you have the new whip, what's the calling card for you now, Zach?
The calling card? What's a calling card?
Well, how do you want people to know you by? You know, you're in LA now. You got the new look. You got a new city.
Oh yeah.
So what's the calling card? How should people call you now?
Shoot, I don't know. I think I think people kind of create something, and then there's some creative people. They come up with a good idea, and I roll with that. Like my stepdad's best friend, he was a surfer, and when I was a kid, he called me Zunk. So I kind of rolled with the word Zunk for a while when I was a kid. And everyone liked it. So, you know, I think maybe someone will kind of come up with something creative that I like, and I'll probably roll with that.
What can people expect from your vlogs and your lifestyle? What can they see and can they learn about?
Pretty much it's going to be learning a lot about stuff that, you know, you're not going to get taught in school. Like I was saying earlier, just, you know, I have to self-taught or self-teach myself on financing, you know, and I didn't really go to school for that. My school was pretty much Google and YouTube, and just a lot of phone calls with lenders and just writing down terms and stuff like that. So, you know, really just trying to simplify things. A lot of people, they do a real bad job at explaining things, and I understand that. So when I explain things, I try to keep it simple, stupid, so it's really like understandable and easy to digest.
So you said you didn't have to go to school for real estate. How important is it to have a degree in your field or any of that?
It's actually not important. The number one thing a lot of people think that they need to do in order to get in real estate is get a realtor license. And I always tell them no, but like half the people end up going that route anyways. And then they start realizing like it's completely irrelevant to being an investor, because they don't teach you how to crunch numbers like an investor. And even if they did teach you how to crunch numbers, it's usually not the most accurate way.
Do you have a minimum of investors that you want to have come in your circle?
It's kind of, well, it depends. If I really start to scale, then I'm going to need more. But right now I haven't really scaled. But I am going to be scaling pretty soon. So, yeah, I mean, if I start scaling, I have to get involved with the SEC and start creating a fund to pull money together and just have it all in one central location. It's just going to take a lot more work, a lot more energy, but you know, pretty soon I think it's going to be something that's going to be unavoidable. So, yeah.
Given the economic climate right now and the risks involved in investing, how can you reassure some of the investors out there that their investing is somewhat possibly lucrative and somewhat safe? I know there's no guarantee, but how can you reassure insurance that, you know, it's going to be a good investment?
Yeah, you know, the best reinsurance is if you have someone, usually you want to have the mindset there's only plan A, there's no plan B, but you have to be realistic, and you kind of want someone that understands other angles to make money off the real estate. So if you're struggling with maybe renters, let's say the you know, the pandemic happens and you know you're not able to cash flow things the way you thought you're going to cash flow it, you're going to have to get creative and find other ways to cash flow the real estate. So more than anything, you just want someone who knows a variety of different ways to cash flow real estate.
What is the most creative move you've done in the last 10 years?
So the most creative move I've done recently is we used a hard money lender to get a house, and they wanted 20% down. So what we did is we asked the seller to carry back 10%, which they did. And then for the other 10%, we used credit cards that we liquidated, and we used that for the down payment, and we got the house 100% financed with seller financing and with a credit card.
Cool. How was that a flip? How long did it take for you guys to flip that?
Yeah, that was a flip, and it was in Patterson, so it was a little small town in California. I believe it took us about a month and a half to turn it around, and then it was on the market for maybe another month. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Zach. Any last words you want to say to your audience out there? What should they expect from you?
It's kind of interesting. I was just on Instagram the other day, and there's this girl who teaches manifesting and kind of motivation and manifesting, and she said something really interesting. She was saying in her post, she's like, 5 years ago, where you're thinking where you're at now is where you're at now. Like, so the things that you wanted 5 years ago, like you're there now. And I thought, now it probably doesn't apply to everyone, but I thought that was super interesting because, you know, that really applied to me. So, you know, the stuff that you think about, it's going to take time to get there, but as long as you just put in the work and the effort, the consistency, you know, before you know it, you're just going to be there and you're not even going to realize it until it happens.
So how important is the faith component in your lifestyle, in your business?
It's big, but I'm not super duper heavy on it. I don't like to get too crazy with certain things. I don't like to get unbalanced. But, you know, it is a component that's there, and some little subtle, and every now and then when you need it, I just kind of reach out for it and just try to, you know, remind myself.
How thankful are you at this moment?
I'm super thankful. The thing is, it's like you kind of, the limit keeps growing higher and higher. So no matter what level you're at, I kind of feel like I'm still like, I haven't hit what I really want to hit yet. So although I've hit a bunch of levels, I still feel kind of anxious. Like God, I got to get this TV show going. Like, what's going on with me? Like, what's the problem? You know? So it's kind of, I'm happy, but now I'm like ready for the next level. I still feel like I'm at ground zero a little bit.
Being as humble as you are, and what do you want to fix in this world?
Oh, you know, so that's a good question. One thing I really want to focus on is I want to do an after school program for kids. Probably like an elementary school, because when I was a kid growing up, I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club after school. And I just felt like that was way better than school because I just learned so much there, just playing pool and just different activities. And one thing I want to do is have something similar to the Boys and Girls Club, to where the kids can have a place to learn different skills, like playing pool or, you know, just different sports and activities, but also learn stuff that they're not taught in school. So that's one thing I want to do.
If there was a lesson that you've learned in the last, was it 35 years that you mentioned?
Mm-hmm.
What is that lesson that you want to share?
I think you have to, your mindset really. So, you know, if you think about negative things, usually negative things are going to come your way. I've noticed that with people that are very negative thinking. And if you think about positive things, usually positive things come your way. You know, I say, you know, one thing I do is I protect my mindset. Like if I start hearing some negative stuff, I start realizing I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go down that path. And I kind of switch things over to something more enlightening and more positive. And, you know, your overall happiness is better and you start moving in a more positive direction.
Any positive affirmation you want to mention out there that you take to heart?
I don't really have, I kind of do, but it's a little bit embarrassing, but I'll give you like a formula. You kind of want to have something to where it involves an emotion in it. And then also you want to speak like that it's already happened as well too. So if you put emotion, and also you kind of want to, when you're writing it, you want something that's easy to visualize, like kind of maybe a smell in a way that you feel. Like if you're walking into a brand new house that you've always wanted, you could be like, and I could smell like, you know, the candles from the chandelier, something like that. You know, you kind of want to add something like that to that manifesting.
All right, good deal.
Yeah.
Any last words, Zach?
No, sir.
All right, let me fix